Yeah, obviously everyone knew that UConn was going to be a tough challenge for you guys. Just what kind of challenges do they present with the way they play offense, they find each other, the way they move without the ball and all that?
Yeah, they're a phenomenal team, and this is obviously the first time that I played them. And you watch them, and I don't think you really realize it till you're in it. And they are just phenomenal for 40 minutes. They're hitting you. I mean, they got that starting five, and then people coming off the bench that can just continue them like their motor is just continuously their pace, everything with everything they're doing. They're so smart when they play out of things. So, I mean, no, they're a very, very good team. That's why they're top five. That's why they are every single year trying to get, a national championship, and that's where we want to be. But, it's great to see, where we are in measuring stick for us, but definitely a great team.
John Leuzzi, go ahead.
Lauren, 18 points for you. You were the only double-figure scorer for the team. What was working for you? It looked like at the one time you were just hot from wherever you shot the ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think just like, just coming into this game, knowing that I think we really talked about as a team our pace and just the tempo that we need to have offensively and in transition. And I just try to do that. I try to keep my pace up as much as possible. First on the defensive end, getting those rebounds, and then sprinting the floor. And I think just, moving my teammates, the guards do a phenomenal job just taking the, attacking the paint, and then they're finding me too. So that's half the battle. But I definitely attest to my teammates, give me the ball when I was open.
Ben Steele, go ahead.
You got non-basketball wise, you guys were able to have like families in the stands for a little bit. Could you feel a difference when you were playing out there?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's great the fact that we were able to, have fans. I think that's a big part. Knowing your family's there. And it's nice to see for the first time. So to have them, that's huge. And I think they, our families do a great job of screaming, yelling. And definitely it was nice to see them.
John?
Lauren, quick turnaround with Sunday's game against DePaul. How important is it for you guys to learn from what happened in this game, but prepare for an opportunity to stay at the top in the Big East standings on Sunday?
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think, we learn from this, learn from it tonight, go into practice, watch the film on it. And I think we definitely got to, take adjustments from what we made and take the positives, I think, and also adjust to a couple of things that we did not so good. And I think kind of move on to DePaul, but we have another great team, quick turnaround to a very, very good DePaul team. So we're going to have to be ready to go and play our best against a team like that.
All right, we'll do two more for Louis. Sam Arco, go ahead.
Hey, Lauren, UConn had 46 points in the paint tonight. What do you think was working so well for them? What made them so successful in the paint?
Yeah, I think they just do a phenomenal job finding each other. I mean, I think, with the vision that those guards have, just being able to, and a lot of them was in transition or off live ball turnovers of ours. So we got to obviously clean that up, especially coming into DePaul. But I think it's just huge, from the standpoint they're able to have that vision and dump downs and dump offs. And then ORBs, we gave them too many ORBs. So I think that's another thing that we didn't do so hot on. But I think, we can definitely continue to adjust that and continue to work on that and then be better in the next game.
All right, last question for Louis. Ben Steele.
Paige Bueckers is obviously the next in line for the UConn Stars. Your first time playing against her, like how good was she out there?
Yeah, obviously you hear about her a lot, and I haven't had the chance to see her play live, but yeah, this was my first time. Never played her in AU or anything, but yeah, she is a phenomenal player. Great, just the poise you can tell just from her is unconscious. And it's the expectation of what she has coming in. So I know that's where you want to be eventually in that type of player. But the fact that she's only a freshman is definitely pretty cool to see. But yeah, she did a great job. But I wish we could do a little bit better job on her. We can look forward to that next time.
Well, I mean, we all knew that UConn's really good team. They had, I think, 27 assists on 35 baskets for them. Just the way they cut and find each other and move the ball around, just how much pressure do they put on your defense?
Incredible amounts of pressure. I thought live playing against them, you can see it on film, but the efficiency of their offense is incredible. I was a little bit concerned at halftime on many things, but one of the things is they had too many points in the paint. So we kind of made the decision to, okay, can we pack the paint a little bit more, kind of dare them to shoot a few more threes, and they hit 6 threes in that third quarter. So it was, pick your poison a little bit. We tried to go to the zone a little bit, and, just it wasn't active enough to cause them any just stress with their shooting, and they kind of picked us apart on that. But I think the thing with Connecticut too is you can watch the 40 minutes of the game, and we had that bad stretch at the end of the second quarter while we were struggling to score. We actually called timeout, and they went on one of their biggest runs in the first half, and then we struggled those first few minutes of the third quarter. So it's really difficult to put 40 minutes together against them, but I do feel like there were still a lot of positives at different points during the game for us.
Kristen, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, you had a big game and a big week in terms of playing. So what are the positives that you're hoping to take away from this game to lead into the Sunday game against DePaul? And then what are you also looking to hopefully improve against another tough ranked opponent in DePaul?
I thought there were a lot of positives. I thought our interior play overall was really good. I thought Cameron Taylor had a lot of great moments. I thought Lauren Van Kleunen, who was struggling a little bit with her shot, got hot for a little bit during the game, which was good to see. I thought our post group overall were relentless on the glass. They didn't always come up with the rebound. I mean, UConn's got some size inside, you're flying in there, and then there's 6'5" that just takes it from you. But I was really happy with just, keeping them even on the boards. I thought we had some really nice offensive rebounds throughout the game as well, which is going to, really help us for Sunday and moving forward. I also like just some of our young kids getting some experience against UConn. This is a little bit of a psychological battle the first time you play them. And when I told the team kind of leading up to this game, this is not the beginning or end of our season. It's one game, and we're going to find some really great things within the game, and we're going to find some, dismal things. But overall, I thought we bounced back in that midway point of the third quarter, and then we were pretty even, I think, in that fourth quarter.
John Leuzzi, go ahead.
Coach, it seemed like at times during the game you were able to create a nice run for yourselves, but UConn responded with a run of their own. How hard is it to sustain a run like UConn has, and is it mainly because of the depth and performance of Paige?
Well, you hit the nail on the head with Paige Bueckers. I mean, she's as good as advertised and better. I mean, she just has an incredible feel of letting the game come to her, getting her teammates involved. And then her ability to change her game within the game is really something that I've been impressed with watching her on film, and then obviously playing against her, meaning she can get to her mid-range game. She's shooting the ball at an incredible high clip from 3 right now. We tried a little bit to run a few more bodies at her, but with their movement and their cuts, it's not easy. The first quarter, they were back cutting the heck out of us, right? And then we adjusted to that a little bit, and then they go hit 3. So that was tough. But they're a team of runs, meaning they're gonna stifle yours and go on their own. But he's got a lot of talented young kids out there that are doing some things that veterans are usually doing.
Ben Steele, go ahead.
You guys were able to have families in the stands for the first time this season. We've talked about players' mental health being of utmost importance in this weird season. Just how important was it for your players just to see those friendly faces in the stands?
It was incredible to have just a few of our immediate family members, and the first time we got just kind of late wind as the story was kind of unraveling that the city was going to open up a couple things. To let at least a few people in Marquette, jumped on board to help us in a short amount of time get that together with still, strict COVID protocols. So to have, a few of our family members, both staff and team it was awesome. Win or lose, just to see them waving to them. And it's been a long, not even season, but just long 10 or 11 months of just not having that normalcy. And then the crazy part is, in some regard, that even, they leave the building, but you have to be so cautious that just because they're there in the same city now with you guys, you got to keep them away from them, because we got a short amount of time to say your highs and masked up. And then we got to make sure that, we're still in our bubble. So it's awesome. And it's still kind of sad at the same time, but this are the sacrifices these 18 to 22-year-olds are making day in and day out. And I know our entire athletic department is just incredibly proud of just the way our young women and men are handling this situation.
2 more questions for Coach. Megan Caffrey, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Looking a little bit closer, I know that you just said your post group overall, you were really impressed with them tonight. Looking at them even more specifically, who impressed you the most? What were they doing tonight that you were able to be impressed with?
I thought we had a couple things. I thought we had a couple great high-low opportunities in the game, from Cam to Lauren. I thought Lauren going up against Nelson Adota with her 6'5" length, relied on her fundamentals and her footwork, and her hook shot was looking good. So I thought those two were really efficient. I thought early on we missed even a couple layups. I thought we were kind of like a little bit like, whoa, here comes the size, and we were kind of open. So I was like, guys, just relax. You're going to be more open than you think. So I think Cameron Taylor and Lauren Van Kleunen were my two just rocks today in a lot of ways of just playing extremely hard. They had great attitudes, as we're taking a licking in some ways. So I love that leadership. I'm excited to just build on those type of things.
San Marco, last question. Go ahead.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned the paint points earlier on. I talked about this with Lauren. I think they had 46 paint points, 30 in the first half. What do you think you have to do differently for the next time you play UConn so that it doesn't happen again?
Yeah, I think a couple things. I think our, backside awareness needs to be there. So they will back cut you. It's hard because they're flying off down screens, but then as soon as you try and beat them to the spot there, they're going to back cut. So we're going to have a little bit better awareness the next time we play them on the backside. And at least maybe to take away their vision too on the passes. That's what, 10 and then Bueckers are so good at, that they can drop those dimes and they just get you off balance. So, we had a very short window to prepare. So I'm hoping like the more comfortable you get kind of guarding it a little bit more, I'm praying it'll improve a little bit. I no guarantees on that, but we'll keep working to keep getting that a little bit better. And, I really do think you have to we got to get better at our zone. You have to have a secondary. You can have a lot of adjustments within your man-to-man, but I think you got to have a little bit more, just a little bit better execution on our zone defense would be nice too.